What's up, guys? Junior Wrestling Fan here. Yes, this is the Under Armour Pro Series. There's no cool intro like there usually is on these week ones. I'm trying to get these out as quick as I can, and with the intros, it take a little bit to edit them and stuff. So, yeah. So this week is going to be just a old school style broadcast where there's no ERL stuff or anything in it. So I hope you enjoy it for both races. Both of these are pretty decent races. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here. We are live here today at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, here for the running of the Brickyard 250 for the Under Armour Pro Series. Sportsman will be here later today, actually, since these cars were supposed to go run at the short track. It got rained out last night, so they moved them over to the big track on the pole for today's race. This is the pole from the short track. There's Joseph Curtis on the pole, then it's Adam McDowell, Blake Warren, Tim Randolph, then it's David Diaz, Keith Stevens, Bafodi Sacco, Stephen Thompson, Carl Johnson, Phil Parker, Zach King with a great run, but that is a short track car, so we're going to see what happens. Robbie Jackson Incorporated, they put a good road course setup, or short track setup on that car. Robbie was right there at the track last night helping his team. He's going to line up right next to Franz Device. Green flag is in the air. We're racing here at Indianapolis. Joseph Curtis with a big push from Blake Warren down to the start-finish line across the yard of bricks. 20 laps here today. Joseph Curtis, the youngest of the Curtis clan. Oh, we got a car already with damage. That's Jessica Kinghart. Started 30th and has already got a lot of damage on the 41. We're going to go and try to take a look at what happened. You can already see that Zach King already dropping a couple spots. Actually, it looks like he's gained a couple. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they got that thing set up good for this track too today. And down these straightaways, these cars are flying down the front straightaway. Blake Warren sticking his nose almost in there under Joseph Curtis. Blake Warren going to try to be a guy who can win this race and then take what he learned from this race over to the sportsman side of it tomorrow. Speaking of some other drivers that are in sportsman, look at Adam McDowell making a big move to the inside on Blake Warren. David Diaz is in sportsman for tomorrow's race. Zach King will not be in the car. Jessica Kinghart is in the number 98. Oh, the 41 has already retired from the event. Something is amiss on the 41. We seem to have damage really quick. And there's almost contact between McDowell and Blake Warren. We're going to go and try to see what happened to the 41, if we can. There's Audra Barnauskas deep in the field. Jessica Kinghart didn't even make one lap. Oh, you can see contact. And oh, Audra Barnauskas gets into the back of Jessica Kinghart and just turned the 41 into the wall. And you can see there was a lot of cars doing some crazy stuff in the turn number 1. O'Neal Baldwin got a shove. The 3 and the 27. That's 2 of RCR. That's Jack James and Joshua Saculli. RCR right now not looking so hot. Had to close their 31 sportsman team down this week. Or their 33 sportsman team. The 33 sportsman team got closed down as McDowell and Blake Warren are still battling for second. The 33 sportsman team got closed. Due to they had lack of funding for that car. Jonathan Zorlian left the team this week. As when they shut the 33 down, they wanted to stay with Eli Bright. And as they stayed with Eli Bright, That meant Jonathan Zorlian would have to go somewhere else. The BKR team, Brad Keselowski Racing, we seen them last season in the truck series. They picked up Zorlian, and they're going to start their own team. As you can see, Joseph Curtis got a big gap now. But Hernandez Motorsports out here showing some stuff today. We got Carl Johnson, David Diaz up here. Jeremy Jones a little bit further back in the field. Right there's Jeremy sitting P29. There's Leroy Mercer. Big news for him. He getting a sportsman ride. Basically, his Mercer Motorsports bought out the assets of what that 33 team was. His Under Armour Pro team is just going to move up and work on the 33 car. We got a car coming out of pit lane. That's O'Neal Balvin. The number 22 pitted early. Maybe a problem on the 22. We'll have to find out later. But Mercer getting a shot in the sportsman car. Luckily, he brought the car here unsponsored. We seen it on the trailer after all the news broke late in the week. He brought it on the trailer. Had no sponsor on it. But on the hood now, the 33, it's not starter. It is Drunken Cow Jerky on the number 33 for Sportsman tomorrow. They're going to try to fund Leroy Mercer's Sportsman debut tomorrow. Or later today, exactly. But Fody Sacco making a pass here on David Diaz. In the wood grade number 95. Big shout out to Zach King, though. Look at him. P9 and an underfunded car. The Robbie Jackson Incorporated car is not the greatest. As we said, it was a short track car. And Robbie himself, this week, in the number 8, going for his second shot at the top 10 in his career. Got one last week at Auto Club Speedway. That team looks to be starting to rebound up a little bit in the ranks. As Bafodi Sacco now getting passed by Carl Johnson, we did see the battle. And look who's now moving to second. Blake Warren. Maybe something. Maybe that 77 ain't as fast as we think it is. Joseph Curtis, though, is just wheeling that 47. The youngest of the Curtis clan. He's got a couple of cousins out here that can really wheel the things. Ash Curtis, all-time wins leader, tied in Sportsman. DJ Curtis, Mud Summer National, almost champion. He's got a couple wins, got a win on the road course. And then you got Sam Curtis, who's in this race in the 43. There's Sudden Sam. Currently P21. Next week, Ash Curtis is going to be in the 43. We go run the New York Street Circuit. Sportsman goes to Watkins Glen next week. And this battle for second is really pleasing Joseph Curtis. The 77 and the 2 have been battling door to door. Blake Warren knows he can get around him. But Adam McDowell's got a good car. David Diaz now jumping to the top, trying to pass Tim Randolph. Blake's teammate not having a good day. One lap down is O'Neal Balvin. After he got tore up. So P27 there for Leroy, and we're going to get you up to here. There's Eric Rodriguez, P18 in the Wood Brothers 4. Next week that car will be driven by Dylan Schwallenberg on the road course. Also hearing that Zachary Fitzwater may be driving a car next week. We don't know if it's going to be a Roush car or it could be the 16. And Keith Stevens is running pretty well in points. Don't know what car Fitzwater is going to be in at the New York Street Circuit. Adam McDowell here trying his hardest to run back down Blake Warren. Blake trying to run down Joseph Curtis, and he is. Tim Randolph now going to try to get by Adam McDowell. There goes David Diaz to the inside. Something is amiss on this Bafoti Sacco machine. He was up there battling with those guys, and now he's way dropped off the pace. Drop back here with Zach King and Keith Stevens battling for a top 10 spot. Or Stephen Thompson, Samet Oskin. Oskin's still in the 31 for RCR. They didn't shut any Under Armour Pro teams down. Only the Sportsman teams got shut down. Due to that whole misunderstanding. Something happened on that team, we don't know. But they had to shut down a team, and they shut down their 33 team and moved Eli Bright to the number 3 car. Zorlian bounced and went to the BKR team, the new team. They'll be here this week. Cooper Standard on board. They're getting some cars from Team SB Wood Brothers and Penske. So Zorlian should be pretty decent in that machine. But right now, getting ready to hit some pit stops. Joseph Curtis has almost a second lead on him. You just hear how fast he's flying around this race joint. Let's listen to these cars fly by. Look at this angle camera. Look at him out of the throttle. Cool camera work by there, guys. Joseph Curtis is pitting. Everyone going to pit with him in the top 5. Look at, we got some cars staying out. Look at all these cars pitting though. Right now, Franz Device is your leader. Looks like Ford Performance staying out in the 10, the 38. Leroy Mercer sitting P3. We have Jack James, that's Eric Monaco in the 78 staying out. Then we have Chase McDowell in the 23, and then O'Neal Baldwin, who did pit a little earlier. We're going to watch this battle off pit road. Who is going to be the car to get off pit road first? Look at the 2 coming with a head of momentum down pit road. Joseph Curtis getting out ahead of a lot of them. Keith Stevens had a good stop. He jumped some cars. You see how those pit stops and how they are ending up right now. Now we're going to see where O'Neal Baldwin lines up, because Baldwin, if you remember, has already pitted, so he's going to go by the 43. I don't think he's going to be the leader of the event. I think he lost way too much time. There's the 4 car really slow off the exit of pit lane. You can see all the cars he's still behind. Oh, contact! Ooh, Eric Rodriguez running Christian Parker up the hill. So O'Neal Baldwin going to be about somewhere in the 30s, 20s maybe. Let's see about our guys who are coming out of pit road now. Franz Device has already been passed by our race leader. And I don't know if you saw this, but look who's ahead of the 47. Blake Warren to the lead on a set of green flag pit stops. We might have to go see how that transpired. But Blake is your leader here at Indy. Man, look at Leroy Mercer jumped into the top 10 with his strategy call. Staying out that extra lap really helped him a lot. Blake Warren, your race leader over Joseph Curtis. Not a top 10 run right now for Leroy, but he's 12th. He was deep, 27th. At the move up to 12th, that's not a bad. It's not a bad gimme. Alright, now we're going to go back and take a look at how Blake Warren passed Joseph Curtis, the dominant car of the race. You can see Blake gunning this thing out of pit lane. But there's Joseph Curtis. Something must have happened off the exit of pit road. Joseph Curtis slow. Look at Blake. Used the access road, got a ton of spots. Or used it to get a lot of grip. Gets to the back bumper. And wow. Just made a power move. Look like Joseph Curtis's car on those cold tires really went up that grade. And now has let Blake by. You can see the gap. These two have pulled on the 77 and the 44. Just a couple of laps to go. Eric Rodriguez P14 off for his stop. Cliff Williams in the 24. Hernandez Motorsports car 18th. Let's see where Justin Jones is. 29th. The youngest of this Hernandez Motorsports team is Justin Jones. Man, you know Joseph Curtis really wants to get back up there and win this. He dominated this race, looking like DJ right now. DJ usually dominated these events here in the Sportsman. He would dominate like he did the Muncie National, the year he almost won it. Dominated it, got wrecked with 3 laps to go, and let his teammate Eric Rodriguez win it because he was destroyed. Looks like a thing could happen today. Joseph Curtis makes one mistake on them cold tires. Blake was on cold tires too. And just drove the wheels off of that number 2. Alliance Truck Rentals Ford. Can Blake Warren win his first ever Under Armour Pro race with 2 laps to go? Joseph Curtis is trying to dig and gain. But it's not going to be enough. O'Neal Baldwin going to come back out of the pits. After he had to pit again. Joseph Curtis right now is trying to run him down. Adam McDowell, what's his lap times? Adam McDowell running some quick laps, but it's not going to be enough to win this event. Coming to the white flag. Blake better hope he doesn't make a mistake because Joseph Curtis is there. Coming to the white flag. You can see the flagman waving at Blake Warren. Takes the white flag. He actually put a little gap on Joseph. Into turn 1 and 2. Blake Warren gets a drive for Penske in both the Under Armour Pro and the Sportsman Series this season. Down the long back straightaway we go. Into turn number 3. Look at Joseph Curtis. You can see him wiggling out as he gets on the brakes. They may have made that car too loose, but he's gaining. Look at the run Joseph Curtis is trying to get. Going to the inside to get clean air. It's not going to be enough. Coming to the stripe. Blake Warren wins at Indianapolis. Blake Warren will win at Indy. And that gets Roger Penske his first ever ERL victory in the Under Armour Pro Series. Blake Warren will get the captain his first win in the Under Armour Pro Series, and it's at Indianapolis. That's a little bit special for the captain. Joseph Curtis should not feel bad about getting that second place finish. He drove the wheels off of that 47 car. Adam McDowell third. Tim Randolph, a great run for that 44 car. Then it's Carl Johnson, Bafodi Sacco, Franz Device on some strategy, Keith Stevens, David Diaz, Derek Edison. That's your top 10. So 2 top 10s there for Ford Performance. And it's Lily Murphy 11th, Leroy Mercer 12th, Matt Haas 13th, Eric Rodriguez is 14th, 15th is Chase McDowell. And a good run for that car. That car was not looking too hot. And that's your top 15, everybody. We will see you guys next week from the New York City Street Course here for the Under Armour Pro Series. Coming up in just a little bit, Sportsman race number 3 from Indianapolis. Till we meet again, everybody. Peace.